Are you ready for the last block on Candy Cane Lane? Let's do it. Hey Kimberbell friends, Kristen Som here, and we are finishing with our Candy Cane Lane bench pillow. We're getting very close at least. So I want to point out one thing. We're going to work on the street lamp today, and we did the street lamp 1 for our first block, and we're going to do street lamp 2 for our last block. So I want to point out one important thing real quick. Make sure I've got all your attention. See how all of the house blocks and the cocoa stand and the Christmas tree, see how it's wider? These finished larger, 6.5 by 8.5, and the street lamps finish at 4.5 by 8.5. So I just want to point that out, that they are different, and you need to make sure to pick the right quilting design for this block. So let's go ahead and talk about what we'll need today. So we are going to start with our light gray with white dot fabric, back it with fusible stabilizer, and the size on this one is 6.5 by 10.5. So right there, we know it's already a little bit smaller, because normally for the other blocks in the middle, we were doing 8.5 by 10.5. So this one, make sure it's 6.5 by 10.5 to start with. And like I said, back it with fusible stabilizer. And then the only other item that we need for this block is the gold Mylar. There's silver on one side and gold on one side, so make sure to pick the gold side when you put it down. You want the gold right side up. So this one we're going to cut to 2.5 by 1.5, 2.5 by 1.5, and this is in your embellishment kit. And then we need our batting. So our final cut size of this, like I said, is 4.5 by 8.5. So that means that we want a piece of batting that's at least 5 by 9. So 5 by 9 for your batting. And like I've said before, the Kimberbell project batting is supposed to be great for this project. It's the right thickness. So I'm using Warm and Natural though. That's what I have. So street lamp 2. So since we are going to cut it after it's all done at 4.5 by 8.5, that means we want a quilting design that is 4 by 8. 4 by 8 for your quilting design. So those of you that are using a 5 by 7 hoop, you'll do a 4 by 4 and a 4 by 4, and there's a tutorial specifically for you. That street lamp 1, I did a tutorial specific to the 5 by 7 users. So I am doing a different quilting design on this one. Like I've told you before, I've been choosing different ones to mix it up. I think that's fun. So I'm using Christmas 6 in the Kimberbell. You order it online, Kimberbell Direct, and you can use our sponsor for that. Don't forget, you can put in that affiliate link. There's a link in the video description under this video that will link you straight to the Kimberbell website, and it gives a little credit to our sponsor. So Christmas 6 is the one with the bells, the little jingle bells, really, really cute. I think that'll be super fun for the street lamp for our last block for this project. So one other thing I want to point out is when we did the fringe on our wreath, some people chose to use water-soluble thread and others did not. I did not on this one. So what I found is that picture that's in the instructions, and I included it in the first tutorial for the street lamp 1. There's a picture on the Kimberbell instructions that shows really clearly right around here and right around here. So what I've learned is that my machine doesn't show bobbin stitches very much. It's pretty thin and pretty hard to see. Even though I used white with the green fringe, it was pretty hard to see. But honestly, I just trusted that I knew exactly where it is. So you're just making sure not to cut that center, the satin stitching around the center, because that's holding all of the stitches in place. So you just cut around that on the back. You cut the bobbin stitches around that center, not through that center, but around it, and then one more time around further away. And it worked really well. I love how mine came out with the fringe. But a lot of people did the water soluble. So I decided, what the heck, I'll go ahead and give it a try. So I bought some too. I will add a link in the video description of the one that I bought. It was recommended by others and I have not tried it. I don't even know that I will, to be truthful, because it worked really well to do it without. And I have heard some positive and some negative with using water soluble. A lot of people found it a lot easier. So great, you know, if you like the water soluble, go for it. The negatives that I heard is it's sticky, and I also heard, what was the other one? Oh, you have to change your bobbin back and forth. So if you do use water soluble, I do put in the tutorial to change it back. So just make sure to follow that. I did not change mine back and forth. I kept with my regular white bobbin throughout, and that worked fine for me. But I do put in the tutorial when you're supposed to switch it back, because you want to not have water soluble, obviously, on like the satin stitching or anything that you want to stay. So mine is from Superior, I think it was called, and it's called Vanish. And like I said, I don't know that I'll try it. I should, just so that I can see the difference, but I was fine with just cutting regular bobbin stitches. That worked fine for me. So just the most important thing is to make sure to realize that we are using a quilting design that is 4x8, because we've been using 6x8 on all the other ones, or not all, but all except for the street lamp. So I just want to make sure you guys remember not to use the 6x8 quilting design on our last block. You want a 4x8. 4x8 for our second street lamp. And then we will work on the borders after that. And we're getting really close. This has been a really fun one. So I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. I love seeing all your photos. Keep sharing them in the comments. That really helps me to find them so that I can share them in the video. All right, let's get started. Oh, and before you ask, yes, I'm wearing another holiday sweater. This one says hot chocolate and sweater weather. I think it's from Hoop Mama Designs, but I will add a link in the video description. And yes, I added some bling to it. And I don't recall where I got the sweater. If it was from Amazon, I'll add a link, but I think it probably was from Fred Meyer or Macy's. So, but anyway, pretty cute, huh?